Our Amma, India Kripalini Rao, our most dear Amma, Namma Preetiya Amma. Amma was an extremely charismatic lady. She was an epitome of grace. Amma was born in Mangalore, Dakshina Kannada, in the last week of April 1924. She was named Kripabai. Both her maternal and her in-laws' family always called her Kripa or Kripabai. It is only in later years, while residing in Someshwara village, that she started introducing herself as Kripalini and made sure that all her documents had Kripalini as her name. Kripabai was the second daughter of Dr. Hosbettu Purnaya, a licensed medical practitioner. Her mother was Bidu Jalajakshi, a housewife. Kripabai lost her father at the tender age of 6. Her father died of malaria in 1930. Life then became very difficult for her family. She became the right hand for her mother at this young age. At the time of her father's death, Kripabai's mother was expecting her last child. Until the delivery, the family stayed with the maternal grandparents. They joyously welcomed the youngest member, Chandrasekhara, into the world. Kripabai was the third in a family of 6 children. She had an elder brother and an elder sister. A younger sister and 2 young brothers followed her. After a year's stay in Jaljakshi's parents' house, the bereaved family was set up independently in Udupi. They were supported by their maternal grandparents for some time. Then their household was managed through the agriculture income of their ancestral property.
ಇದು ತುಳಸಿ ಕಟ್ಟೆ ಇತ್ತಾ?
ಆಯ್ತು ನಮ್ದೆ.
ಓ ನಿಮ್ದೇ ತುಳಸಿ ಕಟ್ಟೆ.
ಹಾ 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 ಹಾ. ಮತ್ತೆ ಹಿಂದೆ ಓಣಿ ಉಂಟು, ಅದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಪಾಯ್ಕಾನಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದೆ. ಪಾಯ್ಕಾನಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಓಣಿಗೆ ಬೀಳುದು.
ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾಣ್ತದ ಓಣಿ?
ಅಲ್ಲ, ಪಾಯ್ಕಾನಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಕಾಣ್ಬೋದು.
ಹಾ, ಓಣಿ ಹಾಗೆ ಉಂಟಮ್ಮ.
ಹಿಂದೆ ಓಣಿ ಪಾಯ್ಕಾನಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಇದ್ರು ಅದು. ಹಾ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಪಾಯ್ಕಾನಿ.
ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಕಾಣ್ತದೆ.
ಅದುವೇ ನಮ್ಮ ಪಾಯ್ಕಾನಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿಗೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹತ್ತುದು ಒಳಗೆ ಹೀಗೆ ಹೋಗುದು. ಹಿಂದಿಂದ ತೋಡು ಇತ್ತು, ತೋಡು, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಪಾಯ್ಕಾನಿ. ಅಮ್ಮ ನಮ್ಮ ಇದು ಅಂತ ಅಡಿಗೆ ಮನೆಗೂ ಅಲ್ಲಿತ್ತು. ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಹೀಗೆ ಬಂದು ಬರ್ತದೆ ಪಾಯ್ಕಾನಿಗೆ, ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಓಡ್ತಿತ್ತು. ಇಲ್ಲದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಹೋಗ್ತಿತ್ತು.
As a child, Kripabai was quite bold and adventurous. Being very active and very naughty, she remembered getting punished quite often by her mother. Kripabai was popular with her younger brothers since she used to play a lot with them. There was an occasion when a piece of soap accidentally fell into the well. Kripa volunteered to retrieve it by climbing down without informing adults. However, when she couldn't come up, her mother devised a plan to rescue her using a basket. 17-year-old Kripabai passed the matriculation examination in her first attempt from St. Cecily's High School in Udupi. This exam is similar to the present 10th standard. Our father, Idya Gopal Krishna Rao, a graduate in electrical and mechanical engineering from the Benares Hindu University, was distantly related to Kripabai's grandparents. Kripabai's mother took her to Bellary to see the boy to decide if he was acceptable to her daughter. In June 1941, Kripabai married our father, Idya Gopala Krishna Rao. Kripabai's father-in-law, Dr. Idya Venkat Rao, was a licensed medical surgeon. He was working with the government and hailed from an affluent family. Her mother-in-law, Hatwar Saraswati, was a housewife. Kripabai set up her independent house along with her husband and sister-in-law in Madras in 1942. Kripabai's husband changed jobs frequently. So Kripabai needed to put roots in new places among new people. She became fluent in a number of languages such as Telugu, Tamil, Hindi, English, and Tulu. Thereafter, they relocated from Madras to Beharampur in Orissa, Coimbatore in Tamil Nadu, and Jhansi in Uttar Pradesh. Bairagat, Bilsa, Bhopal, and Budni all in Madhya Pradesh. Next, it was New Delhi and then abroad to Liberia in West Africa. At Budni, there was an incident where a ferocious rabid dog entered the house. Sensing that it will attack her small children, Kripabai pounced on the dog, grabbed it by the scruff of its neck, and threw it out of the house. She was badly bitten in the process. Realizing the gravity of the situation, her husband rushed home immediately and took her to a nearby hospital. There, she had to take 14 anti rabies injections. When posted in Bairagad, Madhya Pradesh, the family lived in a barrack. The following incident happened. At night, armed thieves entered the house through a rickety window. They stole all of Amma's jewelry and good saris. She had to borrow a sari from others in order to manage. But none of these incidents ever dampened her spirits. Whenever her husband got pulled away from the family on duty or during job changes, she used to stay with her in laws in Ballari, Kotekar near Mangalore, and Kinya village near Kerala border in Dakshina Kannada. Most of her children were delivered at their home, supervised by a midwife and father in law. The journey across India were mostly by train, third class unreserved compartment, accompanied with her youngest brother in law or a young helper deputed by the in laws. The family lived in New Delhi for nearly 5 to 6 years as Kripabai's husband got a job at the Indian Agriculture Research Institute at Pusa campus. Here, Kripa had to set up a house in a big British style bungalow. Amma's work increased as she, with one helper, had to manage guests and relatives who came over during the weekends and holidays. By then, the family had become huge with 7 school going children. In 1963, Kripa's husband resigned from his Delhi job and took up a 3 years assignment with FAO at the city of Monrovia, Liberia, West Africa. It was the first time Amma traveled internationally. She found it very difficult to leave her older children behind while moving to a faraway land. Monrovia was a novel experience to Amma as her husband had distinguished international colleagues and she was required to attend functions and host parties. However, she quickly adapted herself to the new life and mingled well with international crowd, communicating with people of different cultures. Although a pure vegetarian, she not only cooked non-vegetarian dishes, but her chicken curry was in high demand. In 1967, Kripa returned back to Kenya along with her husband and she was reunited with her children in India. Later, she set up her residence in Someshwara village, which is about 13 kilometers south of Mangalore, in a house called Ananda Aram. This remained our family house for 26 years. Life was not easy for Kripalini as the family did not have any steady source of income. 6 of her children were still in schools and colleges. It was her guiding hand that kept the family from disintegrating economically. We were encouraged to get good education and qualification.
ಅವಳು ಚಿಕ್ಕಂದಲ್ಲೇ ನನಗೆ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಓದಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ನನಗೆ ಪೇಂಟಿಂಗ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಇಷ್ಟ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಂಡು ಅದನ್ನು ಅವಳೇ ಸಿಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾನು ಹೇಳಿದೆ ಯಾವುದಾದ್ರು ಒಂದು ಫೀಲ್ಡಿಗೆ ಹೋದರೆ ಅದರಿಂದ ನಾಳೆ ಕೆಲಸ ಸಿಗಬೇಕಲ್ಲ. ಹೆಣ್ಣು ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ಕೂಡ ಈಗ ಈಗಿನ ಕಾಲದಲ್ಲಿ ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಒಳ್ಳೆಯದು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು. ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ಮದುವೆ ಎಂಬುದು ಕಷ್ಟ ಆಗ್ತಾಯಿತ್ತು, ಆ ಕಾಲದಲ್ಲೇ ಕಷ್ಟ ಆಗ್ತಾಯಿತ್ತು.
They conduct Upanayana of 2 sons, got 4 of the children married. She arranged a 60-year celebration for her husband and managed her daughter's deliveries. She encouraged her children to follow their dreams to become productive members of the society. She also stood up to social discrimination practiced in the society. Kripalini's popularity at Someshwara was instrumental in her getting elected as the first woman representative to the village panchayat. She was also made the president of the local Bhagini Seva Samaj, a group of women volunteers dedicated to strive for women's welfare in that area. In 1989, they enjoyed traveling frequently to Mysore to visit their second daughter Rati and support their fourth daughter Rupa with child care. Between 1989 and 94, they also visited elder son Ranjan's family in Nasik and Jodhpur. They would visit their younger son Raman and his wife Anita wherever he was posted. On their way to their son's house, our parents would visit their 2 daughters Jyoti and Mani at Mumbai. However, once her husband's heart disease was diagnosed, they decided to shift permanently to Mysore, as Someshwara village was remote and accessing hospital facilities quickly was not possible. Initially, they resided with their 4th daughter Rupa and family. Later, they permanently moved to a flat purchased by their second son Raman in Mysore. Between 1994 and 98, they lived independently in Mysore. Kripalini was a strong support to her husband, being by his side during his illness, hospitalization, and ultimate demise in 1998. In 1998, unexpectedly, Kripalini lost her 82-year-old husband of 58 years. It was a big blow for her. Kripalini's dedication to her family was total. After 1998, grieving Amma shifted to her 4th daughter Rupa's house and supported her. During this period, she visited her other children at various places. After 2007, she lived mainly with her youngest son Raman in Mysore, supported by her 3 daughters living nearby. Kripalini visited Mumbai as some of her children had settled there, or to attend functions arranged by relatives. She enjoyed watching her great-grandchildren growing up, listening to their escapades. She loved meeting people and interacting with them. Her wide exposure to places and people gave her a very broad, cosmopolitan outlook to life. This made her a very interesting conversationalist with a wide range of interests. Since 2007, she lived with her youngest son and family, where she lived as independent as her health permitted. She kept herself totally occupied with various activities that interested her. As she was a voracious reader, she read newspaper, magazines, etc., and noted down articles which interested her and even kept clippings of it for future reference. She watched news channels with interest for daily news updates and would have heated discussions on political issues and other social issues. She pursued her interest in stitching and sewing, and even at the age of 98 was creating useful items like window curtains, bed sheets, bed covers, tablecloths, and even modifying her old saris. Coffee was her favorite morning energizing drink. Even at the famous coffee house at Chikmagalur, Amma wasn't satisfied, so she became busy trying to enhance the taste. Amma enjoyed traveling to areas of scenic beauty and never stayed behind even when the path became challenging.
ಹೋಗಿ ನನಗೆ ಈಗ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಮೈಲ್ ಕೊಡಿ. ಹತ್ತಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ ಇಷ್ಟು ಇಷ್ಟು ಹತ್ತಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ ಸ್ಮೈಲು. ಆಯಿತು.
ಮುಗೀತು. 60 ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ಸ್.
ಹೌದಾ?
ನಾನು ಅದೇ ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿಗೆ 50 ಆಯಿತು.
ಹೌದಾ?
59 ಅಲ್ಲ, ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ 50 ಆಯಿತು ನನಗೆ.
ಹ್ಞೂ
50
ಅಲ್ಲಿಗೆ 70 ಅಂತ
ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಸರಿ, ಅವರನ್ನು ಕೇಳಿ ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತು. 59 ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಅಥವಾ 50 ನೆನಪಾಗಲ್ಲ.
ಕೌಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಈಗ. ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ತಿರುಗಿ ನನಗೆ ಒಂದು ಟಾಟಾ ಮಾಡಿ. ಓಯ್ ಹಾಂ, ಎಷ್ಟು ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ಪು?
130 ಉಂಟಂತೆ.
ನೀವು ಅಷ್ಟು ಕೆಳಗೆ ಬರಲಿಲ್ಲ.
ಅದೇ 100 ಅಂತ ಹೋಗಿದ್ದೇನೆ.
ಎಷ್ಟು ಲೆಕ್ಕ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಿ?
ಅಲ್ಲ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ತನಕ 30 ಆಯಿತು.
ಹಾಂ, 59 ಮತ್ತು 30. ಅಮ್ಮ 80 ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ಪು.
ಮತ್ತೆ 100
ಮತ್ತೆ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿರಲಿಲ್ಲಲ್ಲ.
ನಾನು ಕೌಂಟಿಂಗ್ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಅಷ್ಟು ಉಂಟ ಇರುವಾಗ ನಾನೇ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ 10 ಜನ ಅಂತ ತಲೆಯೊಳಗೆ ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡಿ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಮಾಡಿ. ಅಷ್ಟು ಗಟ್ಟಿ ಉಂಟಲ್ವಾ, ಅದುವೇ ಇರೋದು. ಸಾಯುವುದು ಬೇಗ ಆಟ ನಮ್ಮದೆಲ್ಲ ಗಟ್ಟಿಯಾಗಿದೆ, ಸಾಯುವುದಿಲ್ಲ ನಾವು.
Amma, 100 years you will live. Don't worry.
Creating jewelry designs was one of her favorite pastime. She has designed most of the family jewelry. Being a people's person, she loved meeting people, exchanging ideas. She would be the center of any family function or gathering to the extent of dancing with the younger lot. Amma never fully stopped cooking. She planned and tried new dishes, experimenting till it felt perfect and met her high standard of taste.
ಅಮ್ಮ ನೋಡಿ, ಲಡ್ಡು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಿ, ತೋರಿಸಿ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಲಡ್ಡು.
ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದೆ, ಸುಮಾರು ಲಡ್ಡು ಆಯಿತು.
ನಮಗೆಲ್ಲ ಗಮ್ಮತ್ತು.
ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಯ್ತು. ಈಗ ಎಣ್ಣೆ ಹಾಕಿದ್ದು ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಯ್ತು. ಇರಲಿ, ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಗಟ್ಟಿ ಬರ್ತದೆ.
ನಾಳೆ ಸರಿ ಆಗ್ತದೆ.
ಸರಿ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಎಂಥದ್ದು ತೆಗಿತಾ ಕೊಟ್ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ.
Kripalini had a terrific sense of humor and was an excellent mimic. Amma, Atte, Dodda, Ammamma, Kripakka, Chikkamma, Doddamma, Muttaji, Kripalini, we miss you.